Hi, Lynn. Welcome to the show. Lynn is all the way over the other side of the world, just about in the US. Where are you based again?
I'm in Princeton, New Jersey. Yeah, on
Ah,
the
that's
East
it.
Coast. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
She's 35. She's married. She's got an 8-month-old baby. So I said to her, gee, you must be pretty tired at the moment. She's also studying and trying to open a new business, which is really exciting, but also you've got so much going on.
It's a lot. I mean, I've heard some of the other ladies, and I think they're like absolute superheroes. People with 4 kids and
Oh, it's
full-time
insane,
jobs.
isn't it?
So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
It's
think
like
this nutrition, I'm like, I can, because Craig and I will always chat about it, and I'm like, I just don't know how I used to work those long hours and do what I used to do, eating the way I did. It just was impossible, and no wonder I was such a mess. But anyway, we didn't get on here to talk about me. So can you tell the viewers why did you join the program? What were the issues that you were having?
Well, I've had a lot of issues. I think the main ones were that I have a thyroid condition and extremely painful periods. Those, I think those two were the main ones, and also that I wanted to get strong again.
Mm.
And I haven't been able to exercise consistently for the past like 8 years. Every time I did anything, my body would kind of shut down again because I wasn't fueling it properly. I didn't know, how to sustain it, and that's still kind of like a work in progress. Like every time I train, I really have to make sure that I eat a lot. And
Mm.
like I'm talking to Melissa, my coach, I'm like, yeah, I'm a bit afraid because last time I kind of crashed. I didn't feel like my subjective measures
Mm.
and objective things kind of, yeah, got worse. So it's like, yeah, I have to do it differently. I have to, do maybe a bit less intense, but and eat a little bit more.
Well,
So
listen to
yeah,
you talking
yeah.
about all of the objective, and see, it's really good that you understand your body now and you know that you need to fuel it, which is so good.
Yeah. It's yeah. Like I was never somebody that liked to measure. I'd always eyeball everything. Like yeah, like I was all about feeling and intuition, and yeah. So that's like yeah, that's been like a really good shift because my husband, he's very measured. Like he was always the
Yeah.
person. He's very accurate in everything he does. Like when he cooks, like he measures everything out. I never used a recipe before, so now like that is a real shift. But I think it's really worth it.
Well, I think so many women, they either really underestimate what they're eating or they underestimate what they're eating and then they go and binge eat. So I think it's only once you actually start to track and measure that you realize, oh God, I need to eat some more food on a consistent basis because my body just needs it.
Yeah, if I do it intuitively, it still doesn't work. Like I really need to track it because I will undereat and then I will kind of binge. Yeah, I'm definitely one of those. Like not like huge binges, but definitely binge. Yeah.
I think it's pretty normal. Like I also think women, they're really busy. Like I'm quite busy and I have to be very specific with my food and go, I'm eating every 3 to 4 hours and really be mindful and go, I'm eating this amount. Because otherwise I just get busy and don't, like it's easy to slip back. So that's why I'm very, I guess purposeful with it. And I can totally, and plus you got a kid and you're so busy. So yeah, it sounds like, had you done any restrictive diets prior to the program?
Oh God, I've done a bit of
Of course.
everything. Yeah, like, and as well, I think I was listening to something you were talking about yesterday in either a podcast or something as well, that like I would tell myself that it was all about health, but actually maybe on a deeper level, it might have been more about the
Being
physical and
skinny.
yeah,
Yeah,
and being
and
fit.
reducing your
Yeah.
weight. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely started struggling with health when I was from quite a young age, like digestive issues from the age of 17, 18. And yeah, it started then already that I'd have digestive issues. And then I was always tired. And yeah, like a lot of jobs were really tough for me because I didn't have the energy to sustain. And then I thought, oh, let's do this cleanse, or let's do this, let's try keto, let's do the fasting. Yeah, so did all of it.
Oh my God, haven't we all though? Like I think just so many women are the same. You talk to like, oh, I've done this and I've done this and I've done this 3 times. And like you just go back and back. It's yeah. And I mean, not all people are like us, but I think a lot of women at a deeper level are just doing it because they want to be skinny and they want to
Yeah.
lose weight,
Mhm.
which is understandable. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so what improvements have you seen since coming into the program?
A lot. just an overall energy. Like before, I would often crash really badly, and then I'd have to kind of rest or really do nothing for a couple of days. So now I can tell that I can do the things that I need to do consistently. When I go for walks, I can go for longer walks, so I can easily do 10,000 steps a day without any issues. Before that, I would really start to feel a bit unwell. I'm starting to train. I think that's going well. My hair doesn't fall out anymore. Especially postpartum, I was expecting a lot of hair loss. I didn't lose any hair. So that was amazing. And I haven't been able to have long hair for, like 15 years or something. So this is I have long hair now and it's thick. So that I think is one of the main things. But yeah, of course, like the energy, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you feel like your relationship with food is better?
Yeah, there's no emotion around it really. Like I enjoy the food that I eat, but there's never guilt involved or anything. It's like also the tracking and everything. I don't feel any emotion. I don't feel emotional about it because it's like I need to do this so that I'm fueled and that I can do the things that I need to do. So yeah, my relationship with food is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. What sort of foods are you eating?
So breakfast, eggs, and I do this weird thing where I add a little sugar to my eggs. I make a kind of pancake and I put some chocolate in the middle.
Yum.
So it's really good. I really recommend it. And I've only had that for like the last month. I refuse to change it. And lots of orange juice, of course. I don't know, for some reason, it's always like, this is for some reason a really good food for me, probably for everybody. And this week I'm basically eating the same thing for lunch every day. I think that's also what you guys recommend. And actually that makes life so much easier, right? Just eating like the same thing. So I do the Vietnamese meatballs with some rice noodles and lots of fruit. And in the evening I do fish or like shrimp. I think it's kind of what you do, no?
Yeah, look, I think obviously you can eat different things every single day. I just find it really easy when you're busy to prep food and have stuff ready to go and to grab, because probably like you just don't have time. I don't have time at lunchtime to be thinking about cooking really complex meals. So I just pick stuff that I love. I'm a bit in love with bloody lamb neck stew and oxtail stew. So I've been eating that for like the last, 2 months or something. And I actually ran out and didn't have time to make some last week. So I've just been having lamb. But yeah, I think it just keeps it easy during the week when you're busy.
You really, it makes life a lot easier. As like the food prep also didn't come naturally to me, but once you do it, it just makes life so much easier. It's just, it's a no-brainer, really.
Oh, 100%. I don't know how people, well, that's why you get caught out, I think. That's why you reach for shit food or you skip meals, because it's not easy. I think you've got to just set yourself up for success.
It's just true. Yeah, absolutely.
Now you're based obviously all the way over the other side of the world. So we have women, who are thinking about joining, who are worried about, one, doing the program online, about the support and the delivery, and two, they're worried if they're in another country. So like the US or Canada, they're worried about how they'll, what the support will be like with the time difference. What would you say to that?
That's like there's no issue at all. Like even with the huge time difference, like they're so responsive. The coaches as well, like they respond within 2 business days. I felt very supported. So I think that wouldn't be a reason at all. And the fact that it's online, I think everything's online at the moment, right? I mean, I just think it's just easy. It's just very, very convenient. And just that, like the response rate is also really quick. So,
and how do you find the community of women?
They're very supportive of each other. And what I especially like, I'm not super communicative all the time, but I do watch a lot of the things that the women share. Like there's a big sister community, and I think they do these daily revs sometimes, and I think that's really helpful to hear other people's story. And the coaches do that as well, and you do that as well. And all the content that's provided in the course, I think that's super valuable. Yeah, there's just such a wealth of information and like sources that I really value. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, secondly, women are worried they won't have time. Now, you're someone who's busy and you've got a young baby and you're working and trying to do a business. What would you say to that?
It's just like a matter of priorities, right? You go back to your why. Why do you want this, and how important is that to you? And like for me, it was just I really wanted to get stronger and also have consistent energy, and I needed to do something to get there. And I think the results actually come. It's quick and not quick, but actually you see results really quickly, I find. So yeah, if you're struggling with your health in any way, I would definitely jump on the wagon. Yeah, it will definitely be worth it.
And what about value for money? Because a lot of women are thinking, oh, I don't know whether I should invest this money in myself, and this is just another program. Do you feel like you've gotten value for money?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think just like the resources provided, is really worth it. Also the support, like the coaches really take it seriously, and you really get feedback tailored to you. So I think it's definitely worth it. Of course, like we're in the US, everything in the US is a lot more expensive than in other countries. So maybe for other women, it's a little bit different. But I think it's very worth the money. I actually told my husband a couple of times, I'm like, I don't know how they do it for this amount of money. Like they have so many resources, like and so many people on board, especially with the challenge. Like there were so many questions that women were asking, and like you got a response really quickly. I'm like, wow, that's yeah.
We got good systems. We've got good systems and a good operations manager and tech person. So yeah, we're pretty efficient now at our delivery, which we've been doing it for a while, which is good. But thanks for that nice feedback. And yeah, you're right. The coaches do really care, and they care. They're invested. They've all had their own journeys themselves, their health and body journeys. So they've walked the path as well. And finally, sorry, we say you go.
No, I'm like, and they keep you accountable as well. They're a little bit strict, even like it's but in a good way.
Well, they are really good, I think it's sometimes they're not afraid to have the hard conversations with you, because they want you to succeed,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's really necessary as well, because like to have that extra pair of eyes to look and like to see where you're kind of like slipping up, like you don't always see it, but somebody else does. And like, that's been really valuable. I've never really worked with a coach or anything. And this was the first experience. And like last week, Melissa pointed out something. I'm like, yeah, she's kind of right. I'm like, but I really valued it. I'm like, yeah, she's right. I need to change this.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. And finally, if a woman was sitting on the fence about joining, what advice would you give her?
Yeah. Like it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Again, what I said, the resources, you're going to learn so much. Like this is just a journey of learning so much, and yeah, you're going to see results. If you stick to it, you're going to see results. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it, and you coming on, and hopefully you'll inspire another woman to, take charge of her health and realize that she doesn't have to starve and,
it's controversial, right? Like a lot of people are kind of afraid because they think, oh, it's like a free ticket to eat lots of sugar, but that's not it, right? Like it's very well balanced. It's like very good foods. You're cutting out all of the preservatives, all of the processed foods, so it actually makes a lot of sense. But with everything out there, that sugar is demonized. Everybody's a bit confused.
Oh, I know. And I was confused for a long time too. So it's totally understandable, because you just get so bombarded by the fitness industry and health industry that, I never would have drunk juice ever.
Yeah, no. Now
I love it.
No. Yeah, it's there's so much information out there, and like people need to become very critical about what they believe, right? And
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Lynn. I really appreciate you coming on, and I'll chat with you in the program.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you
Bye.
so
Have a great
much.
day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.